Hi, everyone. Welcome back. It is Thursday evening here, and I haven't been on early today to make this video. It's been kind of a trying and long day, as you all understand that and know. But today, as we talk about going through RA and Fibro, I had a friend of mine ask me who has severe RA and has had for years, and she's been an amazing person to watch as she went through it because she stayed so upbeat and kept working so hard. She asked me how my hands can handle a crochet hook. Well, my right hand, which I'm right-handed, is swollen and sore. It's frozen in that position right there. It is very difficult at times to hold something small. So I found that the crochet hooks, I'm sorry, my brain, that's called that mind fog that we get. My crochet hooks that are for ergonomic, they're called, and they have a kind of a rubbery, softer, bigger grip on each hook that goes with the size of the hook. With those, I can hold on longer because they're not tight. I don't have to try to grip all the way down and close my whole hand on it like hand with my left hand. So I can do that. So if you're interested in learning to crochet and you do have problems with your hand, your wrist, from your arthritis or whatever it is that is impairing your hands and fingers, try the ergonomic hooks. Don't go out and buy a whole set. Go someplace like to a local Walmart that does fabrics and crochet hooks, knitting needles, yarns, etc. You will be able to find at least one. And try a size 5.5. That's right in the middle of the sizes that most people use. It's 5.5 millimeters. Try that. See if that helps. If that isn't comfortable for you, then know that you'll probably be like I am. You'll probably have to keep moving up a size when you're crocheting or even using knitting needles. But today I want you to understand that even though my hand is deformed now, broken, hey, I am still able at times to pick up a glass. That's great. There was a time when I could barely hold a plastic spoon or fork because my fingers would not hold it and my hand would not hold it. But I have used my hand enough, even in the midst of the pain and the swelling and the becoming stiff, to keep it so I can do some things that I still want to do. I still want to be able to take and pick up more than just a plastic spoon or fork. I want to still be able to pick up a glass, and I usually have a cup that has a handle on it that I can lift with both hands on bad days. But I'm keeping on. I'm not going to stop. And I ask you, when you have a bad day, breathe, stop, cry, take and put your hand in some warm water. Wear a compression glove that isn't too tight, that is comfortable, that goes down your arm, even onto your wrist to keep it comfortable. Do what it takes to stop the pain. Do what it takes to take down some of the swelling, and then get out your yarns and your hooks and begin to do a project. Even if it's a beginning project, look on Secret Yarnery, her YouTube channel, Creative Grandma, Bag O' Day, Jada in Stitches also has RA, and she teaches and crochets some absolutely sweet, wonderful items. Hooked on Crochet teaches you how to do blouses and different things. Just go in there on YouTube and find somewhere that is going to teach you how to begin if you've never done this. Now, you hear a lot of times on these channels also about the different types of yarns that we have. This yarn, I showed you the Sweetie Pie yarn. It's 100% acrylic. And according to Hirschner's, who made this, they call this a lightweight 3. Well, I have some other lightweight threes here. What I've discovered with this, if you can see this up close, this one is almost like a piece of string. And I have crocheted with fine threads before, and this is very, very close. I'm not sure it's a 3. I'd kind of almost go down to a 2 because to me it feels more like a string and it acts more like a string. Then I have this one by Lion Brand, and this is considered a lightweight 3. It's a little tighter woven, and that therefore it gives it a little bit more thickness. So I would be able to do with this as a light 3. This is a light 3 by Premier Yarns. If you'll notice, this one looks even a little thicker and it's a little softer than what those other two are. It's beautiful soft yarn. It's great. There are many colors to it. I love this stuff. It's so soft and easy to use, and these are acrylic yarns. Then you move on up to a size medium weight 4. This is a medium weight 4, and this is from Ice Yarns. And the 4 is even larger. It's wider, it's thicker, it's great. If you're trying to learn to crochet, don't go lower than a size medium 4 weight yarn to start with, because you can use a 5.5 millimeter hook with this. It will be okay, but don't go smaller. Trust me, I tried to do smaller recently and it's excruciatingly painful. And then I got some new yarn the other day, and you're going to hear this term, anti-pilling. See this? If you've ever worked with yarns or seen somebody's sweater or vest or hat that is made with yarns, you'll notice that after they've been worn a while, they get those little knots on top, and they're hard to get rid of off of your knitted wear and crocheted things, objects. And this keeps that from happening. Now, I've not tried this one yet. This one's new, and this one's navy and white. And I'm going to see how this does. And it's a little thicker. It feels thicker. It's nice. It works really well, I'm sure. And then I have something else that I would like to show you too. Not only to show you a different weight yarn, but this is a super bulky 6 yarn. You see there? It almost looks like it's a ribbon. It's so thick. This is very soft velvet. It's made by Bernat. It's soft, very, very soft. And instead of using this to crochet with, I have tried a new thing for me, and this is called loom knitting. And with this, I am using an Afghan loom right here. This is a big Afghan loom. It's like an 8, shaped like an 8, and it never ends. And you find out how to put it together, and as it works, the material begins to hang out of it. And here's your knitted looking yarn coming off of this. This I have found is on bad days works really well, because you use this hook to lift a single piece underneath the lowest loop you have on your things, and you lift it up and over, and you have just done another stitch. And for me, that's easier sometimes than doing this and that and up and down and pulling back and forth. And this is a lot of fun. This is very inexpensive one. Some of these are very, very expensive because they can be changed in their shape and the way they're used. I bought this on Amazon because it's inexpensive. So this is one way to knit, and your fabric will look just like you have used knitting needles and done knitting with that. They come in very different sizes. They come in circles. This isn't even the smallest circle. I've got a smaller one than this. There are many books on this. There are many YouTube channels on this to teach you how to use the looms. They're fun because they're easy, and yet you make something interesting. I also did one piece with one, and this is how it looks. You see, it looks like you've knitted. Yeah, there are places where it's not good, and that's because I stretch it or I pull it just wrong, and that's what happens. But there are many ways to do this. This makes hats, socks, scarves, dolls, whatever you want to imagine, and whatever video you want to watch is a way for you to learn how to do something amazing with yarn, and any size yarn. I'll show you one of these days the stockings that I am doing on a loom, a stocking loom, and one is in an oval shape and one is square or oblong actually, and you can change the size by moving one piece in it. But that's one of those things that I have learned to do because I enjoy keeping my hands busy, my brain thinking of something besides the pain, besides the feeling of desperation, besides the feeling of, oh, please, why? There is no why. It is, and you understand that. That doesn't make it easy, doesn't make it simple. But with using my hands and creating, I'm hoping to go back to sewing at some point. I taught my oldest son to use a sewing machine when he was here at Thanksgiving. He's made 2 shirts himself now, and they're very good and very nice. And I'm really thrilled that he's learning to use his creativity to design something that he wants to wear, not just buy something, but design something. He also hopes to design some things like pajamas for his son, who likes all the Spider-Man and, you know, those things, type of heroes, and he can find material to go with that. And so I admire him taking his time to learn to do that. It's a great activity. I learned to sew very early, and I loved sewing. But that was my sewing machine. It went with him, and my other sewing machine, I don't know where it went. And I can't use my serger because I broke everything on it the other day. But anyway, I'd like to introduce you also to something I have subscribed to, and it's called Knit Crate. Knit Crate is a subscription yarn and project company that you do. You can do it every month. You can do it every other month. You can do it every 3 months. I am doing it every month. They send you this beautiful, beautiful Brooklyn Boy knitology yarns. These are beautiful, beautiful yarns. These are very expensive yarns. These are not acrylic. These are usually have some wool in them. This is merino wool, and it's 100% superwash merino wool. It is absolutely the softest. You can wash it and tumble it dry. I chose to get different colors this time because I didn't like the plain colors that I had signed up for. And I thought, oh man, what beautiful shades of orange and yellow and browns and greens and oranges again in here. It's awesome. They also send with it a booklet. And in the booklet, it tells you about the yarn, but it also shows you projects to knit or to crochet. I have not yet tried the crocheted socks, but I think I'm going to try that right there. They also have those for those of you who knit and are quite good at knitting. They have a cowl for those who crochet or knit. They have your directions. They tell you about your abbreviations. They have everything you need to know to create something. But I found I also like to use the yarn and do my own creating. In fact, part of one of these boxes that I received several months ago, I'm doing my socks in because they are wool. And I think they will be more comfortable. They're not brightly colored, heaven forbid, because my husband would not like to have bright orange socks. So we have a tan, and it's gorgeous, and it's soft, and it's wonderful, and it's easy to use. So if you're interested, once you've learned how to do this, or if you already know how, and you just can't get out to get to a yarn store, can't have anybody bring it to you. Sometimes that does happen. Try this. It's $24.99 every month. Yeah, that sounds like a lot, but not when you consider this is 100% wool yarn. Yarn is not inexpensive. There are a few acrylic yarns that are not too bad for the price, but sometimes they're just not as good as you would want. But try this. It's soft. It's beautiful. It's easy to work with. I mean, it's just something else. I'm really glad that I followed Creative Grandma's advice on starting Knit Crate. It has worked great for me and for my husband. I don't have to worry about running out and going to Walmart, which I've had to do 3 times this week in order to finish a couple projects. But I would like, and so, something to think about. And also, Creative Grandma and Secret Yarnery have started again. They had a month and a half of a pattern project for making a scarf, and they wanted you to use ice yarns. Well, they have decided to start another wonderful challenge to all who crochet, and they want to do granny squares this time. Do your own granny square, and if you can't, like I can't, I don't want to create a different granny square for myself. I found one on Creative Grandma that she did, and I'm using that pattern to create a little different set of granny squares. I'm not going to have the small ones like this is supposed to be. I've decided to continue to add on to this. And when it's finished in a full-size square, it will be going to my son, who is getting out of the Marine Corps in April. After 19 years, he's coming home to be with his son, and I'm so excited for him. But he needs this for on his couch, and I'm looking forward to having this finished. You can go on their websites and tell them you're going to join their challenge. It finishes March 18th is when the challenge is over, and you show your work on a YouTube or a video or just a picture sent to them. I challenge you, new people who have never done a lot of crocheting, find a simple pattern for a granny square. Secret Yarnery showed one yesterday. I saw part of it this morning and last night, and it's great. It's very simple. That's why granny squares are a lot of fun to start with. There are some very fancy granny squares where you can put flowers in the corner and then build around it, and it's gorgeous. And then when you connect them together with a yarn needle and your yarn, it's a gorgeous afghan. It's kind of like quilting, but using crochet. I want to thank you for having watched my videos. I'm going to keep posting these and praying that God will help you to see the videos, and I hope it makes you feel at least a little bit better. Please, when you come onto YouTube and look up Surviving Every Day with Fibro, R.A., Thru Crochet, when you go on there on YouTube and get that, look up that, search that for that title, please pick the one with the shirt that's this color. That's today's. There are 2 others that were my first 2. And then if you like them, and I hope and pray you will like them, there's a thumbnail or thumb picture down below where it runs on YouTube. Push the like. Go down, and there's a red piece beside that says subscribe. Please subscribe. I'm really counting on you to help me as I try to encourage you by subscribing to my channel. And when you do, leave a comment in the comments section. There's also comments. When you scroll the picture upward, and you're going to find these down here, do that for me, please. I really would love to hear from you, but I really need your help. I need to have several likes. I need to have several views and subscriptions. And to all of you that I have trusted for this, thank you. You've really helped. It gives me a reason to continue to fight. I hope you're blessed today. We're having sunshine and 60-degree weather, and it's gorgeous. I hope wherever you are, you feel like you're loved. I hope wherever you are, you can take one moment to smile. I hope wherever you are, you know that I'm praying for you. I don't have to know your name. I don't have to see your face. Just know that prayers go up almost 24/7 because I don't sleep a lot, to remember you as you go through your struggles, whatever that may be. Maybe you don't have fibro or RA or psoriatic arthritis or lupus or those other horrible diseases like that. Maybe you are suffering with cancer. Maybe you're suffering with just major, major depression and anxiety. Maybe you're just having times in your life right now when nothing seems to go right. I get that. I do. But know that the Almighty is still there. And like I said, you don't have to be a person of faith. I am. And I will continue to pray for those that I do not know, for those that I do know, and pray that God will help me to make you smile. As you notice behind me, I have my snowflake that didn't turn out right. It's broken. Hey, we're all broken in some way, but it's still another day to smile, to be thankful, to ask for help when we have to, lay down and rest when we need to, and be creative in whatever way and in whatever ability we have been given. I hope you have a great day. Remember to like and subscribe and leave a comment for me. Go now and have a wonderful evening, and I'll talk to you again in a couple days. Bye.